been very popular this season. 4,500 of these picked up this year, and now we're starting to get limited. $32.98 is your sale price, and your 3 easy payments here, $10.99. It's M132075. Gardenias remind me of California. I moved here from LA, and they were everywhere.
Yes,
you walk down the street, we had them in the building that I lived in right outside of my door. So I would just love that aroma of gardenia. So I have a special place in my heart.
Exotic, soothing, but fruity, but it's one of those scents that you really can't put your finger on because it's so amazing and there's so much rolled into it.
Yeah.
And you would never think you could grow that now here
never,
in Pennsylvania.
Never, I never would. Like I said, it reminds me of being in California.
Right, or somewhere tropical.
Right.
Fiji, you know, Tahiti, some amazing faraway place. But now what we've got is the world's most winter hardy gardenia.
Wow.
And that's a really big deal because these are traditionally found only on the equator where it's super warm. So now these can handle winters to 0 degrees.
Whoa.
And let me tell you, Indiana, Pennsylvania,
yeah,
you can grow this outdoors now. And what's super amazing about this is that you get as many flowers with that amazing fragrance that you know and love as gardenia.
Yeah.
But almost anywhere in the country.
That's so cool. Like literally, I didn't know that about this, right? Again, it took me back to California because it's warm and we grew them, like I said, outside of our building. And now to know that I can get that same gorgeous feeling and smell here, and PA really excited about it. Okay, so let's talk about when this comes to you, we're at a planet, all the good stuff.
Yeah, so right out of the
pot?
box, you're getting a half-gallon container.
Nice.
I'm not sure if the cameras can pick this up, but we've got a really nice woody stem here, and I'm showing this specifically for the reason to demonstrate these are old plants. These are already about 1.5 years old, and you're not getting a baby, basically.
Right.
This is established, this is well-rooted, it's in a big container, and what I love about that is that you're not gonna wait to get flowers. You're gonna get flowers this very first year. Now, I love our party planters, like my sister showed.
Yep.
This is a great container. I'm not going to go through the whole process of planting it for you, but this is a great container to start this off in. You could keep it in here if you're going to do container gardening and you want it on your deck, or put it directly into the ground.
Okay, now where am I putting it at in the ground?
Yes, they do love full sun.
Okay.
They can handle a little bit less sun. If you just get like a part day sun, that's okay. Full sun is better. What I love about this is that they can handle the heat, and I say that because you think they come from warm areas, but actually a lot of the winter hardy varieties can't handle the heat. So this is the world's only extreme weather gardenia. It can handle the high heat and the cold.
Love that.
So when you have these first year, you know, you just want to make sure you're watering them a little bit to get their roots down. If you got them in the ground though, by the second year, you don't need to worry. Now let's talk about size. What we have here, this is still a baby.
Really?
Yeah, we have this in a container, so it can't grow that big. If you're gonna put these in the ground, you're gonna max out at around 4.5 feet wide and tall.
Wow.
And I don't actually know, have we looked at the images yet?
No, let's show some of the images.
These look awesome in the garden. This is the most perfect shrub. Get rid of your box shrubs. Get rid of everything that you might have had that doesn't flower. Plant this instead. Look at those flowers. You'll notice some of them are pure white and some of them are yellow. As they age, they turn yellow, not because they go bad, but because all the essential oils inside that makes them so fragrant start to stain the outside of the petals like that. And that's a good sign. Here you can see fresh, beautiful, picked. They're luscious, they're soft, they're thick, they're waxy. It's something that, personally for me, gardenia is the most relaxing, yet romantic, yet exotic fragrance there could be.
I love gardenia. I mean, literally, I just imagine if you have these in your garden, you already know. But when like I said, lived in California, I lived in an apartment and they were literally right outside of my door. So every time I would go in and out, I would get this waft of this amazing fragrance, beautiful flowers. I literally would stop sometimes just to even smell them because they were so gorgeous of that aroma and they were so lush and beautiful. So if you have like never had a gardenia, what an opportunity to be able to get it if you live somewhere that's a little colder. And now you can have that in your own garden. And this is in a pot. So you can grow them in pots or you can put them in the ground, which I think is spectacular. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, if you don't have garden space, if you just have a deck or a patio, you can still grow this, and that's what's so fun. Now here's the thing, you're gonna get truly hundreds of flowers as these continue to grow. And there's lots of stuff you can do with them. You can pick them, put them in a bowl of water, bring it into the house. Some people soak these in coconut oil for a couple weeks. Then they have a tanning oil that's scented with gardenia. But the idea is, if you want the most beautiful flower with the best fragrance, and you live where traditionally you didn't think you could grow this, now you can, and they're very easy. And they're long-lived perennials.
So let's talk about this. We talked about planting them in the ground or in a pot. If I am planting them in the ground, you said partial sun is okay. Full sun
is best.
Best, great. And then we talked about first year, water them until they get established, and then after that, you really don't have to worry too much. I know it's the same thing for my lilies as well. But then I always ask about the deer. Is this something that, am I gonna have to worry about deer?
That's a great question. Yeah, deer do not like this kind of foliage. It's very waxy. It's got some oils to it that they don't like to eat. And especially when they're in bloom, the deer.
That's what I was gonna say.
They don't like fragrance.
Yes, that's what I heard. The rule of thumb is if it's fragrance, deer don't like it. And they kind of stay away from it. Oh, good. You know, I had a speckled deer visit me. Have you ever seen those?
Not around here.
Oh, yes, in my backyard. A speckled deer.
That's cool.
Sure did. Got a whole video of it. Never seen one before in my life. This cute little speckled deer came to visit. I said, oh boy, what are we going to feed her to keep her around?
Oh, you want to keep her around?
She was.
Oh,
that was
the opposite of most gardeners.
It is, but I don't have a garden, so I didn't mind her coming to visit because it was such a beautiful thing to see. But this is great. Gardenia. If you have never grown one or never thought you could, well, guess what? You can. It's $32.98. M132075 is your item number. Now, if you're worried about what if I get my flowers home and I have an issue, Derek, please tell us about the warranty.
You know, we love growing with you here at QVC and Roberta's. We're happy when you're happy. We assure your satisfaction for our perennials for 1 year and our annual and tropical plants for 90 days from the time of shipment. Essentially what that means is that if you have questions, if you need replacement plants, please give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We will be there with you every step of the way.
And it works.